You have an impressive academic background in bioinformatics. How did you transition from this field into the financial sector? Now you are the Senior Marketing Director, Financial Planner at World Financial Group.
Even without my presence, I'll be making money. We can make a passive income without even being present.
So when you first joined World Financial Group, WFG, what was your initial perception?
You want to have a time and money freedom in your life?
Of course.
The answer is yes, right? And that is only possible with one thing, that is multi-handed income, when multiple people are working for you, right?
You have already helped 200 families
Exactly.
so far.
Most of the people do not have the reason to start. Many people know what to do in a business, right? And there will be a few people who know how to do.
What advice would you give to those considering a career change?
You need to understand what you want in your life. What if one day I want to make a $40,000 a month? Is it possible with single hand?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another brand new edition of Beyond the Border Season 1. My name is Arjun, and you are listening to us on 96.7 CKLU FM all over Canada, as well as you are listening to us at cklu.ca. Side by side, you are listening to us on Radio Player Canada app all over the world, all over Canada. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am very much honored, very much privileged to welcome one of the most anticipated interview of the most amazing youth entrepreneur, and he is none other than Mr. Sampurna Bartaula. He is originally from Nepal, who is a versatile professional with expertise in bioinformatics, research, and financial strategies. After moving to Canada in 2020 to pursue a master's in bioinformatics at the University of Ottawa, he gained a valuable experience at Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada and later as a research assistant at the University of Saskatchewan. In 2023, Sampurna transitioned to finance, joining WFG, everybody knows, World Financial Group, where he now serves as a Senior Marketing Director, SMD, and Financial Strategist, combining his analytical skills with a client-focused approach. He has helped over 200 families achieve their financial goals through personalized and data-driven planning. Sampurna ji, welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you so much, Arjun ji, for this opportunity. I feel so blessed, right, to be here right now, speaking with you and sharing my views, my journey, right, especially about me. So I'm feeling so grateful today to stick around today, and thank you so much everyone who's listening us right now.
Absolutely, it's an honor to get you in the show, to have you in the show. Thank you so much for your presence. Thank you so much for your time. Since we are from Nepal, we do extend some Nepalese words as well. Namaskar ani tapailai swagat cha.
Thank you so much. Namaste everyone.
All right, let's begin. You arrived in Canada in 2020. Before that, can you start by telling us a bit about your background and what motivated you to move to Canada? I want to begin from there.
Yeah, sure. So I grew up in a small and beautiful country, Nepal, right? I came, my city was like 4-hour drive from a capital city called Chiton, right? It is very famous place. It is actually a famous place for most of the tourists, and then I started my career on a agriculture field, where I did my bachelor's in agriculture science. That was a 4 years degree, and then after that I gained a lot of expertise in agriculture field. I worked on a various project in agriculture field, and once I completed my bachelor's, I was looking for a better opportunity, and during a research I was looking for a master's degree, right, where I can align my all experiences, right, my expertise, and then I can gain some more skills in agriculture field. Then I got to know Canada is the best destination for most of the, as Canada is a welcoming destination for most of the immigrants, right. Their unique culture, unique diversity, right, in a people. So that motivated me, right, that excited me to move to Canada and pursue my master's degree here.
All right. Also, can you share your experience in Canada in initial years? How was your experience? It was more or less similar to the immigrant, those who come from Nepal or some other South Asian countries, or it was completely different in your case?
So I believe it is different from most of the people, most of the students, what they are doing, right?
In a positive way.
Yes, in a positive way.
Nice.
So if I have to begin with, I did my master at University of Ottawa. That was a 2 years master's degree. So during that time, I came with a full funding, right, called stipend, right,
Wow.
that is received from professors. And I was working at University of Ottawa as a teaching assistant. I used to teach to bachelor students, right. So I was not doing any job in the outside field, right.
Wow.
Those students who used to do those jobs, right, survival jobs, part-time jobs, I was not doing that jobs, but instead I was searching to thrive more on my field. So that's the reason I took a lot of time to get into a research and then find a full funding master's program, right, find a project that will help me to fund my study, right. And that's the reason I was working at Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada, and one of the projects from that government field helped me to fund my study, right. And the fund that I received from Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada is used for my master's degree, and rest that I received from my teaching, right, that is used for the living expenses. So I do not have to do arts job.
All right. Have you ever had any kind of bad experience when it comes to finding a apartment, when it comes to finding job, or anything, any kind of bad experience in your initial phase here in Canada? As you know, every international students, every immigrants faced. What it's like in your case?
Okay, to be honest, not for a jobs, right? As I told you, there was no struggle for me finding the jobs. But if you come towards finding a new friends in this new world, right, and make new friends, then know about their culture. Most of the people get cultural shock when you came to Canada, right? The weather itself here, and then mostly finding the good roommates, and then the apartments, right? Because most of the time you need to spend, I spend my time on a room, because that was on a COVID days when I arrived. Since after 20 days of my arrival, the COVID hit in Canada as well, and there was a complete lockdown. So that was my bad days. I struggled a lot because I could not go outside, I could not make new friends, right? So I was like a bit stuck on the rooms for many days or weeks.
All right. So as per you have an impressive academic background in bioinformatics. How did you transition from this field into the financial sector? Now you are the Senior Marketing Director, Financial Planner at World Financial Group. And what influenced that decision?
So it's not just one event. There was a series of events that helped me to choose this direction, right? So I was working at University of Saskatchewan once I complete my master's degree, and it was not about money, right? It was about a freedom. There was no time freedom. I was searching for some opportunities, right, which will eventually give me a time and money freedom as well, right? Then during that process I learned a lot of things. I am a person that is always occupied, right? I want to be occupied. I have that energy. I want to learn new things. I want to make new peoples, right? That is the reason I think most of us we left our country to learn more, right? We should not settle for anything less. That is what I believe. If you settle for anything less, there is more opportunity in our back home country, right? We came here so that we could have more opportunity here. So during that journey, I learned a lot of things. I learned affiliate marketing, I learned drop shipping, I learned Amazon FBA. So all of those things were active income, and those incomes I'm making on my job were active income, right? By that, what I mean to say, when you are present in a job, you are making money, right? The minute you are not present in a job, you'll not be making a single dollar, right?
So and that is active income.
That is active income. So I was looking for something, right? So even without my presence, I'll be making money.
How is that possible?
Yeah, it is possible. So when I did not came from business world, right? None of my parents were starting a business back in home country. I was the one who started, right? And there was very less concept about business, right? When I made a transition, when I got a chance to learn about this business, I got to know we can make a passive income without even being present. So to be precise, to go more under it, so if you talk about any business, if you see any business, what most of the business people do, right? They started buying hours. If you see selling versus buying hours, right? What we are doing every single day is selling hours, right? We go to work, we sell our hours, right? And we are working on a per hour, right? So where per is always limited, we know it is not increasing, right? We have to work on a basic salary where per is not increasing. And if you talk about hours, so hours are always limited, right? Right now, if someone is working 8 hours a day, do you think that 8 hours can go to 20 hours in 5 years?
Yeah.
No, he or she will be still working 8 hours, right? And in 10 years, again, he or she will be working for 8 to 10 hours, right? So we are working a per hour, right? And I understood that per and hours both are limited income, right? And that is only, we can only able to make those income when we are actively present there. So in case of business, right, if you buy people's hours, right, let's take an example, someone open a restaurant, right, and he or she put 10 people in a work, and every single person is doing 8 hours of work, that is 80 hours for that restaurant owner, right? That concept I understood coming to this business, and that excite me. I have never heard these things before, right? And this was the first time when in 2023 I heard about it, and that excites me, and that motivated me to make a transition into a finance field and make a passive income.
Interesting. So before coming to this field, financial sector, in your role at Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada, you gained valuable experience in research and data analysis, I believe. How have these skills translated into your work right now in your financial planning at WFZ?
Those two fields are completely different. When I started my financial career, I used to think that finance is not of my interest, right? But when I went deep down to this business, I got to know financial concept is not an option or is not about interest. It is more about the need of every single individual or family. We need it. So we cannot ignore it, right? Someone cannot, even if he is a lawyer, he's a doctor, he's an engineer, or he's a student, every single person needs finance, right? We cannot deny that. So I got into a concept that financial education is a need. It's not about interest, right? And coming to my previous background, I used to work in different projects. I used to meet new people, every meetings, right, with professors, with new students, new prospective students, right? And that helped me to move into this field. And now in this field, we need to sit with a client, right? We need to sit with a family for their financial planning, right? And as a business coach, I need to train my licenses as well. The way I was training my new prospective students, right? And now I'm training those new licenses again. It's the same thing if you see, right? Now there, when I'm helping people, right, new students to learn the things, right, I was not getting paid. Right, that was him getting paid. But here, if you see, right, if I have someone right? If I help someone with the training and he or she help be able to get a financial license from government, right, then I can also get paid, right? That is what I was talking about, a passive income.
Wow. So when you first joined World Financial Group, WFG, what was your initial perception of the financial industry, and how did that change as you got more involved by the time?
Yeah, so when I listened World Financial Group, now if you go and ask every single person, every single person has different perspective.
Absolutely.
Right, and that is true. Every single person has different perspective of seeing towards anything,
Everything.
not only the business, anything or every single person as well, right? So when I listened about World Financial Group, I got to know that we need to make people. You need more people. You need to talk with more people. You need to sell product, right? But when I heard about our philosophy, most of the people miss one thing is philosophy, right? So why businesses runs with a philosophy, right? Now if I talk about philosophy of some businesses, let's talk about McDonald's, right? So their philosophy is not about selling, right? Do you think McDonald's is the only one franchise selling burgers?
No.
The answer is no, right? So their philosophy is fast food, right? So if you take fast food out of their business, McDonald's is nothing, right? If you go to McDonald's today and they will say you, if they say your McDonald's will be ready, your burger will be ready in half an hour, would you still go to McDonald's? The answer is no. Why people are going to McDonald's? The philosophy behind it is fast food, right? And if you talk about Amazon, right? So why Amazon is booming in their business? Now, do you think Amazon is the only online platform that is selling product?
No.
Was selling invented once Amazon was established? No, people who were selling product before as well. There were Walmart, there were Canadian Tire, right? Now why Amazon? Because of their philosophy. What is their philosophy? Is not about selling product, it's about convenience, right? Now you know Amazon will bring any products to your doorstep, right? That is their philosophy. They are not connecting anything about selling. Yeah, selling is a part of their business. Now their philosophy is all about convenience, right? Now if you come to World Financial Group, right, selling is a part of our business, right? Having a business partner, recruiting someone as a business partner is a part of our business. But if you talk about the philosophy, what is our philosophy? Is a multi-handed income. Right? So people need to understand about it. So whatever we are making in our whole life is a single-handed income. That means this two hands should be working for a lifetime, right? I'll be trading money for my skills and time. If I give my skills and time, I'll be making money. But instead of doing that, instead of selling hours, I started buying people's hours, right? Let's take an example. If I train today 10 people and help them to get a license, right? And when those 10 people are working and you are making money, as simple as that. When you open a restaurant, you train people, right? And once they are trained, they will start working by themselves. You do not need to be present. And when these people are working, you are making a profit income, right? That's how simply business works. Now, most of the people did not understand this concept. Even me, I did not understand our philosophy. I was thinking WFG is all about selling the product. WFG is all about making people, right? Now, if you connect WFG with their philosophy, what is their philosophy? Is a multi-handed income. So if you go and ask people, don't you think you want to have a time and money freedom in your life?
Of course.
The answer is yes, right? And that is only possible with one thing, that is multi-handed income. That is only possible when multiple people are working for you, right? Don't you think you want to be you want to have a debt-free life, right?
Yes.
If you are working single-handedly, you have to pay your debt for 20-25 years, right? When you have 10, 20, hundreds of people working for you, right, you can pay your debt faster. Now, if you think this way, if you link our philosophy of multi-handed income, when I linked those philosophy with multi-handed income, my answer was yes, I want to make a multi-handed income. And then from that moment, my perspective towards World Financial Group has completely changed.
Wow. And WFZ is known for its unique approach to financial planning and empowerment. Can you please explain how WFZ stands out compared to traditional financial institutions?
So there are two types of agent, especially, right? So one is independent agent, one is captive agent, right? So if you talk about World Financial Group and traditional business, right? Let's take an example. If I'm working on a certain company, right, I will be acting as a captive agent, because it doesn't matter people like or not, I have to sell the product of the single institution only, right? I have to deal with their product only. So World Financial Group has given an opportunity, right? What it did is same exactly like Walmart, right? So what Walmart did is a distribution, right? They kept all different companies under one roof, right? And they kept their product, and what they do was distributing those products. And now World Financial Group did the same thing. They do not own any single product. So most of the people has this misconception that we have product. So World Financial Group do not have any product, right? What we do, we did the same thing, a distribution. In which industry? In a financial industry, right? How? Now World Financial Group kept 70 plus different institutions under one roof, and they kept their services under that roof, right? Not World Financial Group services, they kept those institution services, right? Let's take an example. We have 20 insurance companies, right? It should not be that I will be dealing with one companies only. I am acting as an independent advisor of all those 20 companies, and I can provide services from all those companies. So that makes it unique, right? So previously there was a distribution business in retail, right, like Amazon, Walmart, right? And World Financial Group started a new concept, a distribution business in financial sector, and you can act as a independent advisor under it. So that makes it unique.
All right, nice. You have worked with over 200 families in financial planning. That's amazing thing. What are some of the most common financial challenges your client face, and how do you help them overcome their hurdles?
We came from a Asian culture, right? So I deal with most of the people from Asian culture, right? When we came from those culture, there was no savings habit, right? Whatever income we made, we started first we started with the expenses, right? We do not have habit of savings money, and then rest of the money will be going for expenses, right? Now once I came to this background, right, this financial background, especially this institution, the World Financial Group helped me to understand how money works, right? People don't know about 3 goals of money, that is income protection, right, income replacement. What I understood, people do not understand few goals in their life. They want to achieve their goals, but they don't know how. There are very few people who know how, right? Let's take an example. Most of the people are not even protected, right? They don't know what protection means, right? They don't know about critical illnesses protection. They are not protected from any injury, right? And most of the people don't know about income replacement, right? We all know our efficiency will go down by our age, but do you think people has any replacement by that time? The answer is no. If someone can't go to work, they don't have any income coming to their house, right? So now I started educating people on income replacement thing. What you need to have, right, by the time when you can't go to work, right? What are those accounts? It may be RRSP retirement account, it may be UL account that can be used as a retirement fund, right? I started educating those to the families. So it is very easy when it comes to client-based approach, right? So what I understood, what World Financial Group do is not a selling, right? So if you educate people, selling will come itself. That is what I believe, right? Now, if you educate people that you can save taxes, right? If you go and talk with the people, do you want to save taxes, right? Do you want to plan for your first home buying? Do you want to plan for your first retirement, right? Do you want to plan for your kids' education, right? Do you want to plan for your income protection? Guess what people will say?
Yes.
People gonna say yes, right? So it is very easy. Then you can sit with any single individual and educate them. Instead of selling, if you educate them, right, how to have a compounding effect on their money, right? So what people are doing right now is they are paying compounding interest. They don't know how to use the credit card, right? They don't know how to pay and when to pay their bills, right? Instead of receiving compounding interest, right now people are paying compounding interest, right? So we need to educate people what is compounding interest, what are the advantages of having those accounts that will help you save taxes, right? So if you educate these things to people, as you know, people are struggling with money right
Absolutely.
now, right? So there is inflation going on, right? People are struggling to save money, right? Now any money saved by the people will go to the bank account, right? That is neither increasing, there is no compounding interest, right? But people, it's not that people do not want to learn, right? It's not that people do not want to invest their money, it's that people do not have concept. They need help, right? Let me tell you one statistics, right? So 91% population, right, they are suffering financially right now in Canada, right? The reason behind that is they don't know how money works, right? They do not have any financial planning, and they become dependent on whom? They become dependent on government for their pension plan, or they use their kids' money, or even they are going to back to work even after age of 65. But if you look the other side, 9% of the people, right, they are right now sitting billionaire and millionaire in Canada. The reason behind that is they know how money works. And do you know who is serving those 9% population? Is the bank, right? So Arjunji, let me ask you one question. Do bank ever call you and ask you about your finances?
Never.
They never care about you, right?
Yeah.
So whom they care about is those 9% who already have money, right? Who can invest a bunch of money, right? So they are not caring about those 91% population, right? They are dealing with those 91% population as just a client, right? And with a transaction based approach. That means if you go to bank today, they will provide you a service, but what is lacking is education. There is no education, right? And we are helping those 91% population with the financial concept right now.
All right, that's amazing. In your experience, what are the key mistakes or misconceptions people often have when it comes to financial planning, and how can they avoid them?
So most of the people think that I will start my investing journey when the best time arrives, right? And let me tell you this, with my 5 years experience in Canada, right, the best time will never arrive, right? There will be expenses going on, you'll be suffering financially every single time, right? So let's take an example. When I sit with a student, they think that they will start their investing journey when they reach on a work permit. Right now, if you sit with the people on a work permit, they will say that they will be starting their investing journey when they reach on a permanent resident, right? But let me tell you, there is no any restriction for students or those who are on a work permit, right, to invest money. So if you talk about TFSA account, that is for you. It is same for the permanent resident and for students,
okay,
right? If you talk about first home buying plan, even if you do not have PR, right, it is same thing. You can still open your first home savings account. Let me tell you this, most of the people have this concept that they will be doing all those accounts, they will be opening all those accounts when they have permanent resident card, right? So most of the people don't have this concept. But let me tell you, any accounts, right, you can invest. So Canada is really friendly on this. You can even plan for your kids, right? When you have kids, even if you are not a permanent resident, you can plan for your first home, you can plan for your retirement, you can open all those accounts. That is the first misconception, right, people have. And next is, people do not know when and how much to start with, right? As I told you, so usually I educate people with one concept, so every single person can start an investing journey, right? Let me give you a simple example. When I sit with any client or family, I especially talk with them about 10% rule, right? So if you keep 50% for your basic need, right, and and if you keep 40% for your want, right? So 50 will go for your needs, your basic needs, right? And 40% if you want anything, right? That is your want. And if you keep aside 10% and if you start investing, right? It doesn't matter how much you are making. Let's take an example. If you are making $1,000, now if you have a 10% concept, you will start right away $100 a month is investing journey, right? That is what I am educating people. Most of the people think you need thousands of dollars to start investing. That's right? Okay. You can even start with $10. You can start with $50. So if you use simple rule of 10%, right? Let's take an example. If you are making $2,000, you start keeping $200 on your side. If you are a student, you're making $1,000 a month, you can start putting aside $100 every single month, and that's what compounds every single day. So that is what misconception most of the people have, I found in my community.
When it comes to international student, or let's say students all the way from Nepal, what do you want to say to them?
So I really want
when it comes to financial planning.
Okay, I really want people to enjoy their life, right? So I don't want to keep all the money on the investment side, right? And then worry all the time. So enjoy, right? As I said, everything 50% should go for my basic need. You should not be investing those money, right? Because you need to pay your bills, right? I find most of the people, most of the students, they're investing money that is needed for their fees. You should not be doing that, right? You should care for your basic need, and then you should be keeping for your want, right? And 10% should go for investing. That is what we just discussed. And what most of the people also think, right, that you need to start with one account, TFSA. Most of the people has this conception, right? Because they have not heard about any other account, right? But let me tell you, if you diversify your account, right, you'll be so grateful in few years, right? There are so many accounts, and every single account has different role, right? So a tax-free savings account will help you to save taxes on the growth, right? So first home will help you to get your first house, right? You cannot use that for your retirement. So you must understand this. Not only one account will help you on the journey, you must diversify your accounts as well when it comes to investing.
Interesting. All right. How do you approach building trust and understanding with your clients, especially when it comes to their long-term financial goals?
Yeah. So when I go to people, when I reach to people with my education, right, in my career since 2 years, none of the people ask me what education did I pursue. I'm not on a finance field, right? But if you able to educate people, right, confidently, then none of the people will ask your age, right, or your background, right? So, but they know, I will always let them know that I have a license from government, right? So most of the people also have this misconception, right, that in order to work in World Financial Group, right, you need to get a license. Most of the people do not know this, and some of the people know, but they think that those licenses will be issued by the World Financial Group,
right,
or those institution under World Financial Group. But every single person should be clear that all the licenses will be issued by every provinces, right? So every province has their specific requirements, right? Underwriting requirements, right? So every single province issued their licenses respectively. So you need to get a license to work in this sector, right? And with the expertise, with the education, right, and with the trust with the people, right, and then also the referral from the people, and with a licensing thing, we able to develop a strong relationship and trust with them.
Until now, you have already helped 200 families
exactly
so far, and many more to.
Yeah, actually, I have a mission, right, of helping 1,000 families.
Wow.
In a year, right? But one thing I feel blessed with World Financial Group, that this is also one next concept, that I don't know the entire city, but entire city know each one of us, right? There is a connections, right? But I cannot go to thousands people and educate them, right? If you are working with me, right, with the concept of multi-handed income, we can work together. I can help you with the licensing, right? Now I can reach to the people I know, and then you can reach to the people you know. This is how we help. We are working together, right, on a concept of multi-handed, right, and we help fulfilling our mission, that is no family left behind.
Wow. No family left
Behind for financial education.
Wow. Can you share your experience while helping first family, your experience of helping first family? You have already helped 200 families, but what was your first experience helping the first ever family, and what was their response? What was their comments or feedback?
Once coming to this business, right, so what I figured out that I need to manage my finance first, right? So if I manage my finance, then people will start believing on me, right? Either or not people believe, but if I'm helping people to save on taxes, then why not me first saving taxes, right? Why not I build my credit score? Why not I build my finances? Why not I plan for my retirement, right? So that is what I fixed first, right? And then I started helping my friends who is very close to me, right? I started approaching people. I started telling them, hey, right, listen me, right, I got this license, right, even if you do not want to take any services, I really want to educate you about how money works.
Did
right?
they trust you in your first attempt, or while you were approaching them?
Yes, they did. I was so proud that I got into this with the license, right? If there was no license, there will be no trust on the people, right? With the license and with my expertise, right? Because I already have those in me first, right? I have already built that finances in me, right, on myself. So with those things, they believed on me, and then I sit with my sister and their family finance, planning their family finances, right? And this is how I went to the next and next and next, and I'm in a mission of never ending and helping families.
Nice. Almost at the end, as someone who has successfully transitioned careers and built a strong client base, what advice would you give to those considering a career change or exploring financial planning as a profession?
So talking about me, I started this business with with just one simple concept, that I want to fulfill my dreams. Right? So when we started working in any field, so you must not forget that the reason you start, right? Most of the people do not have the reason to start. I believe that many people know what to do in a business, right? And there will be a few people who know how to do, right? But there will be a very few people who know why to do. Right? If you know why to do, mostly the young ones, right? If you exactly know why to do this business, you'll never stop, right? Why? Because you again revisit your dreams, right? Revisit your why, and you know why you started is the reason of your dreams, right? So any business, right? Any country is just a vehicle. Most of the time, people get engaged with what World Financial Group will do, right? What this business will do, what Canada will do for me. But instead, those things are just a vehicle that will help you to reach the dream. But it's not about those vehicles. Most of the people start researching about those vehicles. What is WFG? What is Canada? How it works, right? Instead of researching about those vehicles, right, you need to revisit your dreams. Right? Those vehicles are only helping us to reach our dreams, right? That is what I want to tell to every single person, right? You need to understand what you want in your life, right? And you need to figure out how. First why, and then how. You need to make a clear goals, right? And I know that I was making good money. I was making $4,000 a month, right? And if someday, in some years, I'll be making $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 a month in few years in my job.
Also, that was the dream job for many international students
yes,
as well.
Yes, and I want to go more. Every single person wants to go more. And we know that we cannot go above $10,000, above $20,000. What if one day I want to make a $40,000 a month? Is it possible with single hand?
No.
The answer is no, right? So you need to have people work for you to get into $1 million, right? If you are making a big project, do you think you single person can fulfill those dreams, those missions? The answer is no. You need multiple hands. So you need to know the system, you need to understand the system, right? So, and next thing, you need to know your dreams, your reason to start any business, right? If you do not forget those dreams, right, you'll make it happen.
All right, almost at the end. Looking ahead, what excites you most about the future of financial planning, and how do you see yourself continuing to grow in the field over the next few years?
So finance field is a diverse field, right? So if I ask you one thing, so which industry is making most millionaire in the world? The answer is finance. Financial sector, financial services industry, right? The reason is it is high in demand, right? And with World Financial Group, we can build a business within a business. So World Financial Group is a business, right? And we can build our own business within World Financial Group. Now in few years, as I told you, any business is never a single-handed. You cannot do anything with a single-handed. Even if you talk about Elon Musk, do you think he can achieve all those dreams with a single hand?
No.
No, he has thousands and thousands of employees working for him, right? The simple concept, right now I am sitting with 15 licenses working with me today, right? That means simply, if every single person is giving 3 hours of their life every single day, that is 45 hours for me, right? And with this concept, here in World Financial Group, my aim is to become CEO, first CEO in my family, right? Chief Executive Officer. You can even become a CEO in this company. As I told you, you can build company within a company, right? So in order to become CEO, you need to build 6 franchises. 6 locations, the way Tim Hortons is opening franchises, right? The way you need to open the franchises. You need 6 different senior marketing directors, right? Opening their own franchises, building their own business, right? Providing services to people, helping clients, right? Helping people, training the trainee associates, getting a license, right? When I help 6 different individuals to open their franchises, to become senior marketing director, right? Then I can become a CEO in the business, right? And this is how you can get to a $500,000 income. So as I told you, finance field is a diverse field, it's a highly demanded field, and it is highly paid industry, right? And with this plan, right, in next 1 or 2 years, I'm hoping to get into a CEO position by building 6 different locations, right, and get it to $500,000 income passive every single year.
For sure. All the best for your all the future dreams and future plannings.
Thank you so much. So I hope this is clarity for all individuals, right? It is not all about finances. It is not all about businesses. It is all about building people, right? And I believe we are not building business. We need to build people, and people will build our business. That is what I believe. And if you started working with people, right, if you help people to make money, right, you'll make money eventually. That is my learning in this 2 years in a business, right? You need to help people to make money, and those people will eventually help you to make money, right? And with this, I hope most of the people are clear on the World Financial Group side, on a business side, on a finance side, right? So I hope I'll be sharing more journey, my successful journey in future. And thank you so much for having me here. And
For sure. But before we leave, one last time, those who have heard our conversation, those who have just heard about WFG, those who have zero concept about WFG, what do you want to say about them in a very...
about WFG?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. World Financial Group is a different business, right? So if you understand the philosophy, right? If you do not understand, if you take out the philosophy of World Financial Group, you'll find out this business as just a selling business. This guy, I would never be in World Financial Group without multi-handed income philosophy, right? I will not quit my government job and will be selling financial product, right? So you need to understand the concept first. So whenever you listen about World Financial Group, you need to understand the concept. how it works, what is their system, right? What is their compensation model, how they get paid, right? Where they get license from. So if you gather this information, right, and if you start building your own business, how? By building other people. And second thing, World Financial Group is also the platform for self-improvement. If you talk about me, the guy who was 2 years back and now, I'm more responsible, right? I'm more disciplined because I'm training my license as well, right? They are seeing me, right? I'll be training more people in future, right? Then guess who need to be disciplined? I need to be disciplined. I need to be on time, right? I need to be a person with good communication skills. I need to be a person with good leadership skills. I need to read more book, right? So it is not only about business, right? This platform will help you to become a better you, right? To become a better human being. So that is what all I want to say.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for this wonderful insight.
Thank you again for this opportunity. I hope to join again and share my wonderful journey and my wins in life. So thank you so much for having me. I'm really grateful to share my words.
Thank you very much.